Stop letting 1.5 million people into the country every single year. These sociopathic liberals have wreaked havoc on the Canadian people for the past 11 years. Stop it. Stop letting 1.5 million people into the country a year. It's disgusting, it's traitorous, and it shows that our democracy has been destroyed. Democracy is supposed to be the will of the people. In Canada, there has never been this much overwhelming support for a moratorium, a stop to immigration. The Canadian people have been sold out for the past decade now. Over 1 in 4 Canadians are now first generation. Our economy is in tatters directly thanks to immigration. Real unemployment rate probably close to 10-11%. 22% youth unemployment rate. Housing is unaffordable. People cannot afford to buy homes. 20 years ago, the percentage of males that were 30 and a homeowner was 50. Now it's about 15. Stop letting 1.5 million new people into the country here. These liberals are sociopaths. They are attempting to destroy this country while Mark Carney and his ilk, the liberal elite, get rich as hell, allowing 1.5 million people into the country. Brookfield Asset Management owns rentals and houses all around the country. This terror that has been unleashed on the Canadian people for the past decade, where we've seen both housing and rental prices skyrocket, directly correlated to mass immigration. It has gotten Mark Carney and Brookfield Asset Management rich as hell. Stop. You people are goddamn rich enough. The liberal elite in this country have enough money. Stop letting goddamn more immigrants into the country so you can make even more millions. The Canadian people are fed up. If we live in a democracy, if this is a democratic country where the will of the people rules, look at a goddamn poll. Overwhelmingly, it's not even close. And this is historically one of the most pro-immigration countries in the world, which just goes to show how far we've been pushed. An overwhelming number of Canadians say enough immigration. We can't stand anymore. Despite the fact that Carney was elected, the polls are not even close. Yet the government of Canada continues to insist on allowing millions of people to pour into the country. The economy is a goddamn disaster zone in Canada, and there's absolutely no reason for it to be. If we hadn't allowed over 8 million people into the past decade, Canada would be doing fantastic. But this sociopathic liberal government that only cares about their special interest groups and getting themselves as wealthy as possible. What a coincidence. Brookfield Asset Management just happens to be up 45% since Carney was elected. Oh, by the way, over 90% of Carney's investments are in the United States. Yeah, this guy sounds really Canada first. Like he's really concerned with Canadians. He spent his entire adult life in Canada. He shows up after advising Trudeau. Trudeau turned one of the best immigration systems in the world into an absolute disaster. We used to only allow high-skill immigrants in. There was a great grading system. Totally tore that apart, opened the floodgates open, said, let's let everybody in. The results have been disastrous. The standard of living for 5 straight years in Canada going down. GDP per capita down 6 quarters in a row. We are in a recession. GDP has now dropped 2 quarters in a row. Stop flooding our country with immigrants. I don't understand what's so complicated about this. If Canada is supposed to be a democratic country where the will of the people is heard, why are we just ignored on immigration? We do not want more. It's been ridiculous. This past 10-year run under Justin Trudeau is unprecedented. To have 26.4% of your total population be first-generation immigrant is unprecedented. And I'm not even touching on the broader cultural issues. Canada has transformed so radically these past 2.5 years. We've seen straight hate rallies with fake body bags, fake dead babies, chanting to globalized revolution against Western civilization, Canadian flags being burned. We are sick of seeing Canada transformed into this woke dystopia where every job application that you fill out asks, are you trans? Are you Indigenous? We're sick of this white man hatred. We've had enough of it. Stop opening our borders up to everybody. We have now 3 million people on so-called temporary foreign worker programs who are due to expire in the next couple of years. And I listen to them on radio. They explicitly say they're going to get violent if the government of Canada tries to remove them. Don't even believe the government of Canada. They'll say, oh, there's some of them on temporary foreign workers programs. They're not leaving. We need deportations in this country. We have been so flooded, so overwhelmed. You walk around our major cities, the transformation is shocking. Is shocking. Every third woman has a hijab on, her face fully covered. You can't see anything. You know what it's like to live in a country with Sharia law, where a woman is not allowed to leave the house without written permission from a man, where a gay is thrown off of buildings on a regular basis. If you so-called blaspheme against Allah, you are sentenced to life in prison or worse. This is not Canada. These are not Canadian values. Despite the fact that this dead-eyed bug, Mark Carney, gets out and says, Muslim values are Canadian values. I hate to break it to you, Mark, but my grandfather, my grandfather's brother, my grandmother, all of those who fought to protect this country were not fighting for Muslim values. This needs to stop, and this needs to stop now. I know they must not read polling because the Canadian people are overwhelmingly against this insane mass immigration. We need to start organizing protests. I'm going to be organizing. I'm registering the Fight for Canada party. We need people who are actually out in the streets calling these traitors out, these people who are selling Canada out at every turn to make a buck, which is exactly what Mark Carney and the Liberal Party are doing. Are you kidding? This guy's kept 90% of the same cabinet that Justin Trudeau had. This was the most unpopular cabinet in Canadian history. Mark Carney just ran it back. We are being deceived. The Canadian people are being sold out at every turn. Can you imagine after the run on immigration that Trudeau had, that Carney is saying another 1.5 million people into the country, and his so-called reduction in immigration is something like 2%. No, it needs to be zero. The Canadian people demand we need a moratorium on immigration. No more. We've had too much, and then we can revisit it in 5-10 years, whatever it may be. These old liberals, all they care about is their assets being inflated. They could give two shits about the younger generation getting absolutely screwed by this mass migration. It is time that we stand up. We need to make our voices heard. Clearly, polling means nothing, and we say enough is enough. This is sick. This is sick. Stay tuned. I'm going to be organizing a rally because we actually have to get in front of the Parliament building. Let these people hear our voices. They clearly do not read polling. They try to shut down all media they don't like. They canceled me on TikTok with 30K followers. But we're not going away. It's only going to make us stronger. Only going to make us stronger. Close the goddamn borders. Please like, share, subscribe, join, become a member, donate, grab some gear. Really help support me. Thank you so much, everybody who does. And yeah, stay tuned. More information on the Fight for Canada party and upcoming rallies. Close the borders.